Hello, everyone. Sabrina Winder here. I am pumped to get to do recognition for you guys because who doesn't just dream about reading names off of a list while everybody else is looking at the names that they're trying to read off a list? Like, don't you just love reading out loud? Like, anybody else sweating right now thinking about that? Is it just me? Can't wait. Yay. I am excited to get to cheer you guys on, though. I love, love, love recognition. Just don't like reading out loud. But I'm going to give you a little update, too. If you have been living under a rock and don't know this, we've got chai protein is out as a limited time. Green apple fizz also out as a limited time. And I don't know if you also were living under a rock when it sold out in the holiday bundle in a matter of days. So I don't know how long this stuff's going to last, but I'm going to go with not that long. So hopefully you have already reached out to all of your preferred clients. Hopefully you're blabbing about it on the social medias. And hopefully you've just told everybody you know about them. My nightmare is always my preferred clients coming back and saying, I saw someone else post about this, or why didn't you tell me? Like that, ugh. It's kind of like when your kids don't remember the soda drink you used to make for them. Like, so sad, dagger to heart, right? So that's what I think about, because sometimes I don't want to reach out to my people. Sometimes I'm like, I just text them. I don't know, the things. But then I think about that and it gets me into movement. So that being said, the other thing that is phenomenal is that Arbonne gave us, and this was very last minute, like they were like, ooh, let's give them free preferred client signups again. So good. With a 150 order, your preferred clients can sign up as a preferred client, or they can renew with a 150 order. This is such a powerful tool right now. And then my next favorite thing is that your current preferred clients can actually upgrade to consultant with a 250 order for freezies. I'm curious. I want to be able to see everybody's picture when I do this. How many of you started as a preferred client first? Curious. I want to see hands. Yep, I'm flipping through. Yeah. I went straight for the consultant side, but most people are going to start as a preferred client. So most of your preferred clients right now are waiting for some reason for you to reach out to them and for them to upgrade, and they need to be asked. I have very few people that are like, I guess I should sign up as a consultant. Like, people don't normally do that. It happens sometimes, but it's pretty rare. So go ask your preferred clients if they've ever thought about doing something like what you do. That's what I ask. Have you ever thought about doing something like what I do? Usually then they'll say, oh, I don't know, I could never go live, blah, blah, blah. Well, hey, have you been already sharing? Have you been thinking about this? Because this is free right now. So it's a great conversation to have. And it's not for everybody, but you got to tell them, because Lord forbid they see another consultant post about it and didn't hear it from you, right? Okay, so there's that. There's my spiel. Last piece just dropped. GTC. This stands for Global Training Conference, Vegas. That just opened up, okay? April 8th through the 11th. You have plenty of time to plan. And right now it's early bird pricing, so it's $100 off. So you register, do that first, and then you'll figure out the other stuff, okay? So don't get all, again, up in your head about like, I need to know how I'm getting from the airport to the hotel before I registered. No, that is not how anybody does any kind of planning for a trip, okay? Just register, figure out the rest. If you are a brand new consultant, you signed up today, you need to go. If you've been in Arbonne for 25 years, you need to go. You're going to love it, okay? That being said, let's roll. Let's do some recognition. All right. You guys all ready to, let's see how this goes. Full screen. Let's do it. Full screen. All right. October recognition. It was fire. Okay. Fire. I'm going to hide your faces so I don't see you guys laugh at me. All right. District managers. If your team member is on any of these, please take a picture, tag them, use this on social media, shout them out. District managers in Qual, we got a lot. Miss Jamie, Miss Sienna, Sherry, Teresa, Marilyn, Christina, Nicole, Pauline, Sabina, very close to my name. I had to practice that one because I kept wanting to say Sabrina every time I read it. Renee, Tracy, Maggie, Ronnie, I have no idea how to say that. So, congratulations, you guys. I practiced these. Kristen, Heather, Gwen, Crystal, Carla, Angela, Audrey, Denise, Evelyn, Joni, we've got Chris, we've got Lauren, Lisa, Marta, Nicole, Pauline, Julie, Heather, Jess. Oh my gosh, you guys, district manager, you promote to district and you get an instant 8% pay raise. Okay, why wouldn't you? Including on your own purchases. So let's go finish this up. Miss Krista, Morgan, Canis, Paige. I see some of you guys on this call right now too. Tamara, Tracy, Marla, Chelsea, Alyssa. We've got Diane, Gina, Alyssa, Alicia, Lindsay, Sherry, Manavi. Let's go. That is a lot. Okay, consultant bonus. So every consultant can earn this. You actually can get a $100 cash bonus every single month. And Miss Jenna, you did it. Congratulations. Nice work. And we got a new district manager in the house. I'm so thankful. Miss Tiffany is in my organization. I'm going to take a picture. Yeah, take a picture. Congratulations. And we're going to shout her out on social. Let's go. All right. Bonus earners. This one's for district manager. If you are a district manager or above, you can earn your district manager bonus every single month or any bonus above that. So another reason for you to promote to district as soon as possible. You can get that $200 bonus every single month. That's $2,400 a year. Would you like a $2,400 a year bonus? Hit your district bonus. Miss Jacqueline, Christy, Angelina, Pam, Shay, Courtney, Kristen, Jen, Amanda, Christine, Alex, and moi. Nice work, friends. All right, now area bonus. So same thing. Area managers and above, you can hit a $400, $4,800 a year. Okay, Christy, me, Jacqueline, Kristen, Shay. Yes, let's go. You can also earn your Ben's bonus as a region or as a nation. There's a $600 and $800 bonuses, and there's also a region like Arbonne's just like, hey, we want you to grow. What would you like? $600 bonus, $800, $200, $400. We want to give it to you. Arbonne plans for you to earn these, so earn it. Myself, Jacqueline, Kristen, nice work, ladies. I actually had probably the top. Actually, I know it was the top. I had the top sponsoring month I've ever had in 12 years of my entire business last month. I'm trying to catch up to Jacqueline, okay? I'm trying. Miss Jacqueline with 18 new, myself with 11 new, Kristen with 5, Jen with 5, nice work, Reba, Sarah, Christy, Pam, Angelina, oh, whoops, go back, all with 5 and 6, Shay with 7, Alex, nice work, you guys. What else we got? The brick, okay, 2,500. Just do 2,500 in personal sales every single month. Teach and train other people to do the same thing. That's it. Okay. 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. Kristen, Jen, Julie, Reba, Jill, Pam, Avery, Angelina, Michelle, Susie, Shay, Christine, Jen, Alex, Jen, Haley, Allie, Christy, Sarah, Jillian, Serena, Jane, Amanda, Jessie. Let's go. 2,500. See how, like, if you added all that up, right? Myself, Megan Mankey, Bree Winkleman, Tiffany, Lindsay Baker, Whitney Pearsall. Nice job, you guys. 1,200 brick. Do that. Teach other people to do the same thing. That's it. Everything else is overthinking it. So there is our recognition for this evening. And from here, you guys are in for a treat because we've got 2 speakers from my organization. I'm very thankful to have them both sharing tonight. We've got Miss Bree and we've got Miss Megan. Bree has been with Arbonne for 7 years, whereas Megan has been with Arbonne a few months. And I want you guys to hear from them on how Arbonne is just this different tool that they're using at different times in their life and also in different times in the business. I often will see people sign up with Arbonne. They have a life thing come up and they're not able to put as much time into it, or their life might look different at one stage, and they think, oh, I got to throw the baby out with the bathwater, instead of allowing their business to transition and be something different at different stages. Like for me, out of 12 years, in the beginning we were raising kids, going to sports things, and then it was now kind of empty nester, then full empty nester, then RVing, and now it's like kids are graduated and married, and it's a whole nother level. So I want them to share with you guys how they're using Arbonne at the different stages in their life. And we're going to start with Miss Bree. Let's see if I can find you real quick. Bree, go ahead and unmute, and I will put you on a screen. Yes, there you are.
Oh, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? My name's Bree. I am an executive regional vice president with Arbonne. And when I first started, I was a full-time teacher, and my kids were 5 and 10 years old. So we had just moved into our house, built a home, just moved in, and it's like, okay, we were living in 1,000 square feet before, living very, very, very simply, and we're not taking vacations, we're not doing anything. But also, my kids were super little and they didn't care. Like, they were so excited to just camp in the backyard. So, for that season of life, it was fine and it worked. And then our family grew, we expanded, we built a bigger house, and our kids were older. And now they're like, oh, my friend went to Disneyland. Can we go to Disneyland? Oh, I want to play soccer. Can I play soccer? So things shifted and things are changing. And that's when I had to look at, okay, I still love what I'm doing. I still love teaching, but seems like we're needing some extra income now as the kids are getting older. And now we have all these new house expenses that we didn't have before because we now live in 2,500 square feet instead of 1,000 square feet. So we are not the kind of people that are extravagant by any means. Like, even though I've built my business to executive regional vice president, not much has changed for us. Like, we don't dress differently, we don't act differently. Like, we're really like modest people. But even being super modest and like conservative with your money, as your kids age, they're more expensive. It's just how it works. And I live in Washington State. We have the highest gas in the nation. We have some of the highest grocery costs in the nation, and our housing is like insane. So I have to adapt to that. You can't just stay stagnant while everything's changing around you and be like, well, maybe it'll all work out. Like, you kind of need to be the creator of your own destiny sometimes. So I started talking to my husband and having lengthy conversations of like, okay, costs are rising, our income's the same. So what do we do here? And we threw out a lot of different ideas. Like, hey, maybe I have my bachelor's in education. I was a teacher, but maybe it's time for me to get my master's degree. Well, I'm more student loan debt. We're trying to get out of debt. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, how about this? How about I work at a coffee stand as like a second job? I'll make good money in tips. And my husband's like, you already hate how much you're away from the kids. Why would you want to be away from them more? You're going to be miserable. You're going to resent it. Like, I was like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want to, but I don't know what else we're supposed to do. And he's like, well, I can take overtime when it comes up. But I'm like, yeah, but you're a firefighter and you need recovery days. So if you're taking more overtime, you're not getting the recovery days that you need. And then it's going to affect your mental health. And then that's going to affect our family life. So like, we just kept throwing darts and throwing darts, and like nothing was a good solution. But like, you have to do something. So Arbonne literally got dropped into my lap when I was not looking for it at all. I just didn't realize that's what I was looking for. So I like stumbled upon it just because I was looking for skincare. But then I saw the business opportunity, and I am kind of like that rare unicorn that I didn't start as a preferred client and upgrade later. I started day one as a consultant because I saw the skincare, but I really saw the business opportunity. And I'm like, well, I need extra money. I've been looking. I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to take a job that's going to take me away from my kids more. This seems like something I could do like around my kids' schedule. I could even like bring them along with me sometimes. Like this, like if this works, like this could really be something. And so I started talking to my friend, and it was slow rolling in the beginning. So don't think for a second that I had an easy go because ouch, like I was humbled in the beginning of everybody in the world telling me to kick rocks pretty much. So it took a lot of like resilience and dedication, but I saw that long-term goal. And I remember my husband telling me when I was only making, I mean, any extra money is good money, right? But I was making like an extra $200 a month or something. And he's like, well, I could work an overtime shift and make $1,000. So is this even worth it? And I'm like, you got to trust me. Like, you got to put in the time. Like any business, it's not going to just magically happen. Like, you got to trust me. He reluctantly was like, okay. Like, I know he wasn't feeling it. But once I got a paycheck with a comma in it, things shifted. And he's like, okay, girl, like go get your business going. Like, what do you need from me? And all of a sudden, he's a lot more accommodating to watch the kids. So, built to the regional vice president level. And then I'm making more money with Arbonne than I am as a teacher. So, having that dual income was awesome. But I'm looking at my life and I'm looking at my kids, and they're 10 and 5. And I just feel like things are going into fast forward mode and I'm missing out on stuff I don't want to miss out on. And my oldest daughter had a lot of major anxiety and depression at that time, to the point where we were like concerned. And I'm just like, I'm just feeling like I should just be home. And I've never done that before. I've worked my whole life. I've worked since I was 14. But I just felt this call that if I'm making this income and we're fine, like this is the moment, this is the time for me to be home. So left teaching after 13 years, became a stay-at-home mom, but while still building my Arbonne business. And it was the month before COVID. So not knowing what was going to happen. And then what a blessing, because now I'm homeschooling my kids and I'm already home. So I didn't have to figure that out. My teaching position was eliminated during that time. So I wouldn't have had a job to go back to anyway. So it just worked out. And I had no end date in mind at all when I did it. I was like we never even had a conversation. It was just like, I'm doing this now. I'm at home now. And my husband never asked, like, do you think you'll go back to work? Do you think you'll go back to teaching? Do you think you'll do something different? It was never even a conversation. It was just like, this is the season we're in now. So let's just be in this season. We had this other season, things shifted. Now we're in this season. I don't know what the next season brings. So why were we even talking about it? Because I don't even know what that looks like. So for 5 years, it's been like this little bubble of bliss of me being at home with my babies, not missing a single minute. It has been absolutely beautiful. Loved every second. And then this year, my daughter, they were 10 and 5. Now I have a senior in high school and a seventh grader. Totally different season of life. My senior is doing running start, which is, I don't know if you guys have that where you live, but it's like she's doing college and high school. She's working at 10. She's hardly ever here. My seventh grader is in dance 5 nights a week. She's hardly ever here. And I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs, like, who wants to play with me? Like a little puppy dog waiting for them to come home. And I'm antsy AF. I'm in a new season. Time to adjust. My Arbonne business is still here. I'm still an executive regional vice president. I'm still making full-time income. But I started telling my husband, I think I want to go back to work. And he was not on board because he's gotten really used to me being home and he really likes it. And we've had this conversation for a year now, and we keep coming back to it, keep coming back to it. And it took him realizing that this was something I'm needing for myself. He thought I was doing it because I'm trying to like make more money for the family, or because I felt like, I don't know. He just had a different thing in his head. And then he was like, oh, like you need this. And I'm like, yes, there you go. Now it's clicking. I want to get out of the house. I would like to put on real clothes every day. I would like to like have more of a routine. And I didn't feel that at all for 5 years, not even for 1 second. But something shifted this year. And I prayed on it for a good solid 5 months. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I said, God, like, please just make it so abundantly clear how you want to use me to glorify you, because that is what it's all about in my world. And I want to continue to build my Arbonne business, but if you are feeling like I'm supposed to be somewhere else, please send me like the clearest sign. And I prayed very specific prayers for months and months and months. And then I'm now teaching special ed, which I've never taught special ed in my entire life, but it all kind of aligned. And honestly, you guys, day one, I was like, how have I not been teaching special ed my whole life? Like it just felt like such an alignment, and I fell into it with such ease, and it wasn't this weird, awkward, clunky like start to a job. It felt like I had been doing it my whole life. And it has brought me a deeper, greater purpose that I didn't even know I needed. And my Arbonne business is doing better since I started at this job than it has in probably the last year. I'm sponsoring again. Numbers are up. So the reason that I wanted to share this and the reason Sabrina asked me to share this is because I think sometimes like we don't want to feel like, I don't know, like I kind of kept all of this to myself because I didn't want anybody to get the impression that I was kicking my Arbonne business to the curb. Like I actually haven't even shared with my friends or clients or family really that I'm working because I don't want them to think, oh, she's not doing Arbonne. And I want you guys to know like Arbonne is like this incredible vehicle that goes with the ebbs and flows of your life. And it's a constant there. It's a safety net that's always there for you that you can always come back to and you can always pour into and you can always build from. And I think we get it in our mind that if we lose a title or if our numbers are down or if we had to step away because there was a death in the family, that all of a sudden it's like, well, shoot, that was fun while it lasted, but I guess I'm done now. And I see it happen so much. And I'm not sure why that is, but we really need to like kick that stigma to the curb because I'll be 100% honest. I have not given my Arbonne business the attention it deserves in the last year. And I think it's because I was feeling that pull of like, there was something pulling my focus and I was trying to ignore it. And when I surrendered to it and I just was like, what is this? What is this that's tugging me? And like, oh, it's because I needed something more in my life. And when I gave into that, it's like all the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, including in my Arbonne business. And so, I don't know. I don't know who needed to hear that tonight, but I feel like we've all probably been there at some point. And this doesn't have to be your everything, but I feel like it's always should be there as your baseline. It's that touch point that you can always come back to, and it always needs to have like love. It might not be like your number one love at the moment, but it can't be like that thing that we bury away and like tuck under, a blanket. Like it always has to be somewhere in there and be a level of importance for us. And it'll continue to be nurtured and grow in that way. But I'm talking way too much. I gotta just pass it over to Megan, but hopefully that's well.
It was super helpful, Bree, because I am in that same boat where my Arbonne business has allowed me, like you, my Arbonne business has allowed me to open my gym, which fuels me, which is why my business has popped so much in the last few months. It's the same for you. This is fueling you, and now it's giving you that pop. because that's the stage of life that you're in right now. And I love, I had this conversation with Megan the other day. I'm going to bring you on here, Megan. Thank you so much, Bree, for sharing all of that. That was wonderful. Megan and I shared with a little bit different view the other day, and I wanted her to share her vision for her business long term, coming from somebody that's just been signed up for, I feel like, a few days. Just kidding, it's been months, but still, she's about to be an executive district. She's got some people right hot on her tail, so hit running for area here real soon. So, Meg, if you would share what you shared with me the other day.
Hi. So I started my Arbonne business kind of on accident because my initial draw to Arbonne was that I wanted to invest in myself and my health. Because I'm sure a lot of you have seen I had a pretty big transformation a couple months ago, and it was losing a lot of weight. And so what got me into the Arbonne business, kind of, a friend asked for some protein, and then I thought, just let's go. Let's just do this. I need all the discounts and the things. So then I got into it, and I was going through a weird phase in my business. I'm a visual effects artist. I'm working 24/7 now, but at the time when Arbonne came into my lap, we were dealing with one of our many of the past couple of years lulls because we've had strikes and all different kinds of things happening in Hollywood and different areas of media, and that has hit me. And I have worked so hard in my job for so many years that having a lull was kind of like a full-blown panic. Like, am I about to be replaced by a robot? What am I doing with my life? Holy crap, this is insane. And when I was younger, that didn't matter because I was a young single alcoholic who just traveled the world, and that was wonderful. But now I have a child and a family, and I thought, oh my God, like this could go any second. So I started to look at Arbonne as something that I could build on the side, not just on the side, but like in the forefront. And then these pieces started to click for me, is that in all these little ways, like I was on one of these Monday night calls, and I don't remember who said it, but they were like, everything you buy from Arbonne is a tax write-off because now you're an Arbonne consultant. And I was like, what? Like, not listening, but that like really opened my eyes because I own my own business, and I think of everything as, everything that becomes a tax write-off becomes important to me. So because I have a lot of money coming in, but not necessarily, I mean, I do have expenses, but it's my computer. And then for yearly, I'm always trying to build those expenses. So I thought, wow. So then I started using, and I loved all the Arbonne products. So I've been using their skincare, their toothpaste, their deodorant, like everything in my house is Arbonne now because I'm like, wow, I can have the best quality products and it's a tax write-off. And I buy everything through my husband, who is a PC customer. So therefore, I am investing in myself, I'm investing in my health, and I'm not making money when I purchase, but I also sell to clients as well. But so then there was this third tier layer of it that I started to think about. And I was like, what am I missing? What is like, when I became sober, I kind of was like, how do I fill all these holes of things that I felt guilty about for so long that I didn't touch? And one of the things I didn't touch was my retirement plan. I kind of was just living by the seat of my pants, and I don't have a great retirement plan. So I thought, why don't I take this business, which is not something, it's not that of course, I need the money, but more so than that, I need to build something bigger. And like, um, Bree was just saying, it's like I don't need the money that I make today. I actually need what's going to happen in the long term. I want to build a larger business out of this so that it becomes my retirement plan. So I was talking to Sabrina, and I was like, I'm going to go open a retirement account with the little peanuts that I've saved from my jobs, and I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to connect my Arbonne Pure Pay into that account so that every time I buy something, every time I sell something, every dime that I make from Arbonne is going to go into that retirement fund. So it's going to fill that guilt hole. And so I'm investing in myself three ways. So I think I'm investing in my own health and longevity, losing weight, taking care of myself, making sure I don't put chemicals into my family and my body. And then on the other hand, I'm building a business, which for me is joy because this is my third space in a way. Like I work from home behind a computer, and like Arbonne is not something that I'm doing so much online. I'm doing it locally here with people. I go meet coffee. I go sell stuff at Sabrina's gym. Like my Arbonne business thrives in real life. And that's was such a joy to me being stuck behind a computer for so many years. So it's really like this third space that's become a hobby, but also filling this really big hole of this thing that I didn't touch on for so long. And I thought, this is how you do it. Because, again, I think it's also a good way for me to never quit. I know that I'm going to do Arbonne for life because I'm not going to quit on my retirement plan. That would be ridiculous. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I can do this for life. And right now I'm working too much, but that doesn't even make a difference. I mean, some of the months where I work a lot, my Arbonne business, I was just looking at it. I'm like, it's still growing. It's still growing every month the way it's supposed to, because it doesn't matter if you're busy or not busy. You just keep doing it and you keep investing in yourself. And like, it's not you don't it's like the same thing with the 30-day. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You just get up tomorrow and you have your shake, and the whole concept of it is beautiful. You thrive on helping your friends and helping the people in your tier, in your community, and that gives back to you too. So every time I pour into the people on my team, that's pushing into my retirement fund. So it's just become this huge trifecta of awesome, and it kind of keeps clicking for me in bigger and bigger ways. So that's that's one of the things that I'm feeling, is that it's not about what my Arbonne business now, it's what it's going to be in the long term. And at some point it'll become willable to my daughter, and that's something I can pass on when she's going through these phases in life just like me, and going, "Oh, what the hell am I going to do? I don't know. Go sell some makeup to your friends." Like go earn your keep. Like, it's just something that I can use in so many different ways. And it also gives me a chance to be here with you guys every Monday, which is just so much fun for me. So
I
that's what
love it, Meg. So good. And you know what's cool is the icing on the cake. I mean, obviously, we get to hang out all the time, but I met Megan. Megan was the very first person that bought a punch card for my classes at my very first pop up that I ever did when I started teaching the trampolines. So that's just a funny, like, I was in one of those stages of life for myself, and that was Megan was the first person that was like, yeah, I'll buy a punch card, and I all but cried, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, fine. And so very cool how all of us fit into those pieces with each other, and it'll keep going if you just keep going. And so I loved all of that. Meg, Bree, so good. Thank you guys so much. So that being said, you guys, we're at the very beginning of the month. I did a call with Christy this morning, just a live, and we just talked about how there's 59 days left in the year. 3 of those days are holidays, which is only 5%. So you have 95% of the month that's left. You can choose to do little things that build all of those goals that we just talked about. All of those pieces, they're different for you now than they were a couple months ago. They will be different in a few months from now. This is going to evolve. So I would highly suggest, think about, what do you want those next 59 days to look like? Do you want to start the year having dug a hole for the next 59 days, crawling down into it, and then having to crawl back out? Or do you want to start building for yourself in these next 59 days? Get your calendar right, get organized, reach out to your upline, ask them, get an accountability partner. You know what to do. If you don't, ask your upline. They will help you, but you know what to do. And we've got 59 days, and you can decide, are you going to be closer or further away to feeling that same kind of thing that Bree was talking about? You all feel that pull right now. It's why you're on here. You have that pull of, you have something that you're supposed to be doing with this. And maybe you're at a point where you're like, I'm not really sure how I want to use those 59 days. How do I level that up? have that conversation with your upline, get an accountability partner, and dial it in, because nobody can do this for us. This is up to us. Okay, so I'm thankful for all of you. Congratulations to everybody that had wonderful recognition. So good. Bree, Megan, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.